Welcome to Calaveras Gold, where we share with you the best of Calaveras country.
I recently got to meet with one of Calaveras' best photographers, Rick Harray. We met in the Prestige Gallery of downtown Angels Camp, surrounded by Rick's beautiful photographs of Calaveras.
Say hi, Rick.
Hi, hi, Ken.
How did you get started in this work and shooting so much of Calaveras?
Well, back in a raft trip on the Stanislaus River in the 1980s, I took a little Minox with me and I made a mistake. I took a really good photograph of this raft coming down through and everybody's mouths were wide open and water was flying, and I got excited about photography. I've been chasing that photograph ever since. Only I tend to be an outdoor photographer based on my experience up here.
Is there anything to shoot up here, Rick?
Oh yeah, as you can see, what we see around us is all within maximum 2 hours drive of right here. But what's directly behind us, the Aspens, that for me is my Monet's Pond, is about 45-minute drive, and then the last 20 minutes are on a really rough old road. But it's a beautiful meadow overlooking the McCollum Canyon, and Calaveras County has some wonderful things in it. I first came up here when they had a Y camp up in Lake Alpine, no longer there. I started coming up here as soon as I could drive, and we would go trout fishing up here. My love of the Sierras goes back to when I was 6 years old, and my grandfather took me up to Lake Tenaya on a little ribbon of asphalt road, and we would go out in his canoe, and it was great fishing then, and very few of us, and I had some experiences with him that gave me an appreciation of this place. And my father died when I was young, so I joined the Boy Scouts, and I confess I'm even an Eagle Scout from Troop 3 of Stockton, California. I think
somehow that doesn't surprise me.
I worked at the Stockton Municipal Camp in Silver Lake, and then got a job up here for 6 years working trails for the U.S. Forest Service. That took me all the way from high school through college. Nice thing about working in the backwoods, you can't spend your money. But my trail crew partners are still my best friends, and we still say, maybe it was the best job we ever had. And out of that comes this. On every one of these images, I get to be on the other side. And it's been an exciting thing to do.
Tell us a little bit about your style, your approach that you take to your photography. Because it's easy to say you have a lot of gorgeous images here, and I haven't seen anything better. But I know you have a real love for it and a certain approach to it. What would you have to say about that?
Well, I suppose I'm visual. I love to hunt and fish and climb around in the rocks, and I like to see the animals and the birds. And chasing light is just another form of going out and seeing the rare and unusual things, and that's what you do. All of these images are images where something special is going on. There's a pretty well-known photographer that says you can't take a good photograph with bad light. Now, sometimes journalistically you have to take the event, but I try to find good light, and I'm interested in finding things and using the art of the camera to help people see things that they won't see themselves, or to stay a moment in time that's precious, because light is very ephemeral. Sometimes it'll be there for just seconds. I have a photograph here to our right that has a moonbow in it. It is all by moonlight. It required me hanging on a mountainside under the right conditions with the moon directly behind me, and finding 4 minutes of exposure when the mist of the waterfall wasn't blasting on my camera. This photograph has meant a lot to people, and it's meant a lot to me because of that, and it's something that not everybody can do. And I've been back several times myself thinking I can improve on it, and haven't been able to get it again.
Can't even catch it.
No. Over here we have a photograph that I took standing just feet away from where we are right now. It was about 6:30 in the morning on March 11, 2006, and we had an extraordinary snow. I woke up in the morning and looked out and said, holy expletive deleted, I got to get out of here. And I went without coffee, went out and started taking photographs. The photograph is really unique because at a rare occasion, not only are we getting snow, there are no automobiles parked on the street. So it gives the photograph a timeless sense. The snowfall we see only lasted about 45 minutes. And I took about 60 images all over downtown, and 2 of them worked. The photograph is also unique in that the Angels Camp Mercantile has been painted so that it'll never be the same again. Those snows are rare, no traffic, and I know that the photograph is unique even from that day. There was one other photographer out, one of my best friends who's a journalist photographer, and he didn't get it. So there's two that work, and that's one of them.
Rick, I know you were saying a moment ago about how some people don't appreciate photography as an art. And while that's true, I think more and more people are now as more people are getting into photography, aren't they? Thanks to digital cameras and all. I think the appreciation for real artful photography is growing. What would you say?
Well, I think that people who take it seriously begin to realize how hard it is to get a really good photograph. I have done nothing for the last 6 years but do photography. I've taken thousands of photographs, and I've got a few dozen maybe that I regard at the highest level. And it's from a standpoint of photographer, where you stand and what the light is and what a lot of external conditions are is what drives a really good photograph. And sometimes it's a bit of luck. Sometimes it's a bird appearing that you didn't plan on. The photograph's good, but the bird makes it great. The painter can imagine the light, can draw it in, move buildings around. I have to take the world as it is and where I stand in the world, whether it's on a mountaintop or in the moonbow situation, clinging to a wet mountainside, has a lot to do with what I get, and I can't change that. And I can't tell you how many times I wished I would have had a sky hook that I could have gone and hung somewhere to get the right angle on it, but I couldn't get the photograph.
Imagine sometimes you look like you are on a sky hook trying to get it to just the right position. Okay, Rick, people are going to want to see your work and see more examples of your photography. Where can people get in touch with you?
Just Google Rick, last name Harray, Harray photography, and it'll pop up. And it's a good website, and it shows you a good sampling of the variety of things I do. Sometimes I do events, and I've even got some pictures in there that are, I think, wonderful photographs of humans. I don't do weddings, but I do sometimes do custom photographs, primarily outdoors. I like the outdoor light. And then I have an ongoing exhibit here at Prestige Gallery, which is a gallery right in downtown Angels Camp, right next to the movie theater. There's a exhibit in Alchemy Restaurant in Murphy's, which is in the photography room, and there's some up in Ebbets Pass at the Espresso Place, hung with other artists, other photographers.
Well, Rick, I want to thank you for sharing your beautiful artwork with us, and I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Ken.
Well, that's our program for this time. We encourage you to contact us with your nominations for the Best of Calaveras. Tell us about your favorite event, person, place, or pet. Email or call us at the information on the screen. We'd love to hear from you. Visit our website for program and sponsor information and to download a podcast of this program.